This has been tough to listen to on both parts. I was pleased to hear what. All right, good morning. The Committee on Parole is called to order. And we have with us seated in that bridge today, we have in opposition, the parents of the victim is Annette Bellinger and Mr. Jeffrey Bellinger. I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but I'll get you to introduce yourself. We'll hear from them in just a moment. First, let me read some identifying information into the record, Ms. Bruce. You're classified as a first felony offender. You're currently serving a 20-year sentence. You were sentenced in Fliescher Parish, June 28, 2021 for vehicular homicide. Your parole eligibility date is June 25th of this year, and your mandatory release date on good time is June 30th, 2026.
All right, here we got. This is where things start getting real. Miss Bruce is about to speak for the first time. Remember, she's facing a 20-year sentence for vehicular homicide. Let's see if her words match her remorse.
Is that information correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Ms. Bruce, we'd like to hear first your statement before we hear from the staff there and the victim's family. We want to hear your statement. How did you wind up where you're at? And why do you think we ought to vote to release you early?
Okay. I've done a lot of self-reflecting these last 5 years. I've dealt with past trauma that I didn't know how to cope with sober, and I've taken a lot of classes. I've learned how to deal with life stresses sober, and now I know who to stay away from, what to stay away from, and I'm sorry.
We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Deputy Marchand, is there anything you can tell us about Miss Bruce?
Since she's come to us and been in our work release program with Sergeant Misty May, she has had no incidents, no write-ups, and comes with a recommendation from all women's work release staff.
All right, thank you, sir. Before we get into our interview with you, Ms. Bruce, we'd like to hear from the victim's family. And if you step up to the podium, we'd like to hear what you have to say. Excuse me. Okay.
First, I'd like to thank you for giving us this opportunity. I only hope what was said is true. I do know that in 2021, there was a legislation enacted and revised the statute of 14-405, which is to protect families of people who are incarcerated of being harassed through social media. Am I surprised that nothing's showing up? Yes. We did file a complaint, Kelly from MAD. We filed a complaint with the lieutenant at the facility where she was at. The reason I'm here today probably may not have, because the inevitable is going to happen. She's going to bring. Will we ever have our daughter back? No. Will our granddaughter ever vote her mother? No. She will. But our granddaughter cries. The reason why I'm here is because last year, Bruce, who's on social media, she sent friend requests to several of my nieces. The most devastating one was to send our daughter, our only surviving child, a friend request through social media on Facebook. She was doing it through private messaging. Nothing was ever done. We never heard back. There is a law, and that is my concern with this Bruce. And as of 7 weeks ago, she is continuing on social media, and she goes by the name of Kim Spice. It's there. Her children are in the background. We come from a very small community, so we all know each other. She lives in the same neighborhood as our granddaughter's father's family, a whole bunch of them. My point is that I've known her since she's little. I was her brother's teacher when her mother was killed not far from where she killed our daughter. This was not an accident. This was a crash. She made that decision to get behind the wheel of the vehicle in the condition she was in after being pleaded not to get on the highway, which has been, maybe it was her past, maybe that's what brought her to where she is today. But why is she still on social media? Why is she still not following the laws like we all have? And I think the most devastating, and you have a copy of it, is her profile picture with the most disgusting thing in the words of a song about someone getting, I'm not even going to read it because the words are, but it's basically someone getting drunk and having a crash, which is what she did. She took our daughter.
This is heartbreaking. You can feel every ounce of pain in the victim's mother's words. What she's describing isn't just legal, it's deeply human. And notice her point about social media. This could actually affect parole decisions if it violates protective orders.
Woman, forever 28 years old, who left behind a child that was 3 years old, that we now have full custody of. You have in front of you the documents that states that Reagan Bruce, upon release, and I'm here because the inevitable is going to happen. She will get out. And I pray that she learned a very valuable lesson. She took a precious life from us and from the community who is thriving in the school system. Our granddaughters that are functioning today are the thing that her mother was in charge of. And we're trying to get back to her because we never missed anything. My point is that there's a document there that was issued by Judge A. I wanted a protective order for this child until she was of an age that she could think for herself. Judge A. not only allowed that to happen, she had a lifetime stay away order from this child. What are my guarantees if she can't follow this law that she can follow that? That is where my concerns are. And I'm hoping that everything she said here today is truthful, because I lived my life in faith. And by God, that's why I'm still here today, because we're still grieving the loss of our beautiful daughter that she killed. This was not an accident. This was a choice she made 7 years ago. She was in a rehab. She walked out 7 days later. She killed our dog. She left on her dog. And 7 days later, she killed our dog. My heart goes out to her two children because they have to be suffering the same consequences that our granddaughter is, which is a beautiful child. This woman convinced her father, who is schizophrenic, to bring her to her. This child has been tormented by what was done to her, kissing, sitting on her, and telling her she loved her. I want it clear to her to understand that there will come a time when her children may be in the same facilities of schools together. She stays away from my granddaughter for the rest of her life. She has been through enough. We have all been through enough. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for being here.
Signed to me, so I do have some questions for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So you heard all that. I wanted just to ask you a little bit about the social media issue. Tell me about it.
Yes, ma'am. I did not add nobody on that. How's she saying that I added people? I didn't add nobody.
No, I think that the issue was requesting, sending friend requests, but
Yeah.
And
I
you know
didn't-
you're not supposed to be on social media, and you understand there is a protective order that you're not to have any contact with the
Right.
victim's child or her parents.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in work release. Where do you work?
At OCM, Wichita Contract Manufacturing.
You do.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Do there.
Production work.
So tell us about you. You mentioned you've taken programs and what have you, and you know how to deal with your past trauma and stay away from the things you're not supposed to. How are you going to remain? As Ms. Bellinger said, you will be released. You have either a parole date or a good time date. What is your sobriety plan?
To continue AA, possibly do outpatient. I'm really interested in Celebrate Recovery and joining a church. I mean, I plan to stay sober. I mean, I just want to be the best mom for my kids. I'm sober, you know?
So do you do AA where you're at? Do they have that program there?
They don't have it here. I did take it before in my parish.
Okay. Your level of education, you claimed a year of college at intake.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What do you plan to do to support you and your children whenever you go home?
My grandparents own an insurance company, and I was gonna go. I got a job already lined up for me.
Right. I did see that in your plan. You do. I'm just going to sit back and listen to my colleagues to see if they have any questions.
How long have you been incarcerated for?
5 years.
Pretty much to the day?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's my only question.
Questions?
They've been incarcerated for 5 years. How did you get on social media? Whether or not you had a friend request, aren't you not supposed to do that while you're in jail?
No, somebody had access to my profile.
Oh,
It wasn't me. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if somebody maybe hacked me. I would never send them requests. I know I have a stay away order. I wouldn't contact the family. And my parole date was coming up. Why would I ever do that?
that's what I was wondering about that.
I would never do that. Definitely not. Whatever I gotta say to them, I knew they were gonna be here today. I was gonna say it today.
Just curious, did you write a victim accountability letter for them?
I did I brought it to court. My lawyer got it. I didn't read it in front of them.
No.
But I wrote something to tell the family.
Okay, so if they're ever ready to read it, they'll know that.
Okay, I would be glad to do that. I would really actually like that a lot.
That's something for you to know about and for them to know about it. Okay.
How do I go about that? If they're ready, how do I know that I'm able to send one?
Well, you would do it through DOC. You would speak to
Okay.
the victim advisor there.
Yeah, you would send it to us, and
Okay.
then we'll let them know that it's there, and if they ever want it, we'll provide it to them.
Okay, great.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say to close it out for us?
Yes, I want to let the family know that I am so sorry. I am really sorry that I took an innocent life that day behind a bad decision I made.
And there it is, parole denied. Even with good behavior and a work release record, 5 years served on a 20-year sentence just wasn't enough to sway the board. The message here? Remorse matters, but accountability and time served still carry heavy weight in parole hearings.
I just really hope one day y'all forgive me. I know it's going to be hard. I completely understand. And I hope one day the daughter really finds it in her heart to forgive me.
All right. All right. I think we're prepared to vote, and I'll be voting first. This has been tough to listen to on both parts. I was pleased to hear what Deputy Marchand had to say. I was pleased to hear what you said, and really hope, as Ms. Bellinger said, that all of it's true and that you really are on the path to recovery. But my vote today, based on the proximity of your good time day, the fact that you made a plea agreement, the fact that you're doing well in work release now, my vote today is going to be to deny your parole. But I do wish you well when you go home. Mr. Balrog?
I'm going to concur with Ms. Renata. You've only served 5 years on a 20-year sentence. And you do have an automatic out date on June 30th of 2026, which is not asking a lot. You can concentrate on getting yourself better and programs in prison and good luck to you.
Right.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I'm going to concur with my colleague.
All right, Ms. Bruce, good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
We're going to sign out of Washita at 9:27.